just gonna do some cooking and let me put my sneakers on and head to the. So I brought him to the vet on Friday. Hello everyone, happy day. Welcome to a week in my life. Today's Sunday. My hair, I didn't get a haircut. This is a wig. I'm gonna record a video for my movie channel. So I haven't done my hair and I need to wash my hair today. So I was like, I got this wig that kind of looks like my hair if I had a haircut. But today's Sunday, I'm home. I just ordered my groceries. So I'm waiting for them to be delivered. And I took Lucky out to the vet on Friday. So I spent a lot of money. But now, I don't know what they did to him. Because now, his butt, it's like, I think it's bothering him. And he didn't eat anything yesterday. He hasn't eaten today. And he looks like he's just been sitting on his bum. So every time he looks like he's about to scoot, but then he just sits there because I think his butt is hurting him. I don't know what they did to him. I hope he did get some vaccines. So I hope it's just, the side effects that will wear off. Because they did say like he might be lethargic and he might look tired, blah, blah, blah. So we'll see if it continues to happen tomorrow. I will have to go back there. But he's in my bed right now, relaxing. I'm waiting for my delivery, which it should be arriving soon. The guy looks like he's coming. He's not far away. And then I'm gonna record this video and that's it. That's my Sunday. It's not a very productive day today, but tomorrow I'll be at work. I'm gonna go to the gym. I'm done training for the 10K, but I'm gonna keep on running on the treadmill because I noticed that when I do the running, my weight loss, it helps with my weight loss more than the Peloton bike. So I'm gonna continue my running on the treadmill. Anyways, let me set up so I could, let me see how far away this guy is. Oh, he's not far. He's like down the street. So let me wait for the food to arrive. The groceries to arrive. I'll put them away and then I'll start recording my review. I just watched 1,000 Pounds Sister, which is what I'm going to do for my other channel. Anyways, okay, he should be here soon. Let me get ready. My food has been delivered. I ordered 2 of these water packs because every time I buy them at the store next to me, at the the supermarket next to me, but it is so heavy. Even though it's like 2 blocks, it's so heavy to carry them. I usually buy one and I have to carry it over here and it's such a hassle. So the Amazon people, they have the little cart which they use to bring everything in. So that's why every time I order water from Amazon, I get two packs. This is my favorite matcha. Hello everyone. Happy Tuesday. Today I have to bring Lucky back to the vet because I took him on Friday. I spent $640. Oh my god, I have no money. But then I don't know what they did to him because all weekend he wasn't eating, and it's like his butt was bothering him because he'll just like walk with his tail to the side and then he'll just sit. Or when I touch him, he like screams. So I called the vet yesterday and they told me to bring him back today. So that's what we're doing today. I didn't go to work today so I could do this. So I could bring him to the vet and see what's going on. I just hope that they don't charge me the arm and the leg. I have about 2 years ago, he had x-rays done and he has something in his back some sort of disc situation. I don't know what's the name of it, but I'm gonna bring them back in case they try to be like, well, let's do some x-rays. I was like, no, I already did x-rays. I know what's wrong with him. You guys did something to him. Anyways, let me get my purse. I got my purse. My wallet. Okay, we are back home. They gave Lucky some pain medication and a cream. I gave him his pain medication already, and I'm gonna go to the gym. It's about to be 1. Since today I took off just so I could take him there. We weren't there for a long time, so I'm gonna go to the gym now. Hopefully it's not packed because it's Tuesday. So there shouldn't be so many people in there, hopefully. Every time I go, when I'm thinking that it's gonna be empty, it's like packed with people. Anyways, I'm gonna go do some cardio and some weights, and then I'm coming back here to cook some dinner and what else? Meal prep for the rest of the week. I meal prepped on Sunday, but I only did 2 days for like Monday, Tuesday. So today I'm gonna finish for the week. But let me put my sneakers on and head to the gym. Okay, I'm back home from the gym. I'm gonna wash some dishes and cook. It's only 3 o'clock. So I have plenty of time to cook. I need to shower. Lucky got an ointment that I need to put on him today. And that's it. It's really nice out today. It's not like terrible hot. So it's like a nice day to go to the park. But I'm gonna stay here. I'm staying inside because now I'm tired. I did 30 minutes of cardio. No, I'm lying. I did an hour of cardio and then I did weights. I worked out my upper body. So I'm just gonna do some cooking and some cleaning, and I'm gonna go to bed early.
everyone. Happy Thursday. This was supposed to be like a fun week in my life, but this week has been really stressful. I spent a lot of it at the vet. On Friday, I took Lucky to the vet to get a routine checkup and his shots, because the weekend prior he had diarrhea and he was sick. So I brought him to the vet on Friday. They did his vaccines, and then they gave him a shot to help with the diarrhea. But by that Friday, he didn't really have much diarrhea. Anyways, I bring him back home, and then the vet did tell me like he might be lethargic and he might be a little sore because of the vaccines. So Saturday he was a little out of it, and I was like, okay, it's probably the vaccine, because he wasn't really doing much. He didn't want to eat. I tried to give him food, he didn't eat it, and he was just not himself. But I thought it was the vaccine. But then it continued to Sunday and Monday. And then Monday I called them. I was like, hey, I don't know what you guys did to my dog, but now he's like, he's not himself. He's not eating. And every time there was something with his butt. Like, he would just act like he'll be scooting, but then he'll just sit there. And on Friday when I brought him back, he sat for like a good hour, just didn't move, which is unlike him. So, and then if I try to touch his back, he'll like scream. So I called the vet and I told them, they're like, all right, can you bring him back tomorrow? So this was Tuesday. I brought him back on Tuesday, and they just, they gave him some medicine, and they gave me like a cream to put on his butt. And then on Wednesday, yesterday, because on Friday I brought his poop, so they did like a fecal test. Then on they called me yesterday. They're like, we got his fecal results. Hold on, let me see what it. So we got his fecal results, and he came back positive for parvovirus. I'm like, what the fuck is parvovirus? So I Googled it, and apparently it's this like a deadly virus that dogs get, and it's all through like their feces, their poop. You know how dogs smell each other, like when they're about to pee or poop, they like smell somewhere. The Bronx, these dog parents in the Bronx do not pick up after their freaking dogs. So there's poop everywhere. There was one time, actually last week, I was walking by and I saw this huge pile of poop. And I was like, is that a dog or a human? That's how big it was. Like, was that a human that did this? Anyways, I say this because that's how dogs get the parvovirus, from what the vet told me. So if you're like, it's highly contagious. So if your dog is sniffing somewhere where there's poop and that poop has the parvovirus, it's gonna go to the other dog that's smelling it. That's how like highly contagious it is. Anyways, somehow my dog got the parvovirus, and they told me, bring him today right away. We have to like make sure. So yesterday I left work early, and I was like panicking because when I Googled it, it was like his 91% mortality rate. So I was like, oh my God, I'm not ready. So I left work early yesterday, and I was like about to cry on the subway. So I brought him. I was so nervous. Like I have spent like about $1,000 this week on Lucky, and now I I was so nervous yesterday. I had to go to my savings and pretty much took all my savings out in case I had to like pay for something. But I brought him back to the vet and they told me, so there was two options. I can either keep an eye on him for the next few days and see how he does, or bring him to the hospital. But then the hospital, he'll have to stay there for like a week so they could give him fluids and stuff. And that would have been like $10,000, which I don't have. Like, who knows? I don't have that much money to like leave Lucky in the hospital. I have no money actually. So I was like, you know, I'll just take him home, because I brought him yesterday and they did blood work just to confirm that it was a parvovirus. But then the doctor was like, he's a really interesting case, because when a dog comes in with this virus, the dog is like a zombie. They're like, they have no energy, they don't do anything. And Lucky, he's super hyper. He's like screaming because they're like injecting him. So he had energy. So the doctor was like, it's really unusual. He's like, I don't understand how he has parvo, because he's like not exhibiting any of the symptoms of a dog that has parvovirus. So they were like, just take him home and just keep an eye on him for the next few days and just let us know if he gets worse or anything. So I had to pay, yesterday I only paid $90 for the visit because I did blood work. But I was so scared. I was like, oh my God, what if I have to leave him and like I don't have money? Anyways, so that has been my week today. It hasn't been not today, this week. It hasn't been a fun week. So I'm sorry this vlog is not as exciting as my other vlogs. But hopefully Lucky gets better. And lately he hasn't really like, I literally have to spoon feed him his food, because he'll just lay in my bed and then like I'll bring him to his bowls so he could eat, and then he doesn't even eat it. He just goes back to the bed. So I have to like put the food in his mouth like a little baby. Anyways, that has been my week. It hasn't been exciting. It's been a little stressful, especially because I'm just scared that I might have to not do something, but like if he needs some sort of treatment and I'm not going to be able to afford it because I don't have any money. I think all the money, because on Friday, his vaccine and like they were doing some tests because of the diarrhea and stuff. That was like $650, and then I took cabs. I should have just taken the subway, but Lucky doesn't do well in the subway. So I took a few Ubers to Manhattan to bring him to the vet, and I had spent a lot of money. And then yesterday Tuesday I brought him. Oh. Tuesday I had to pay for Tuesday, and then yesterday. Oh my God. Yesterday. Anyway, so I'll try to do something fun over the weekend to make up for this boring vlog. But at least yesterday, because I was in Manhattan and it's by my old neighborhood, there is a spot that I like called Mama Sushi, which is like Asian and Latin fusion. And they have this rolls, not spring rolls, but they're like sushi rolls that I like with codfish and this passion fruit margarita. So I bought that. I was like, let me treat myself to a passion fruit margarita and some bacalao, which is codfish sushi, just to calm my stress down. So that was fun. That was at least exciting. But that's it. I think I'm gonna end this. I'm gonna end this vlog here. That's just a quick little update on why this might be a short vlog, but this is not a full week in my life. This was just a stressful week in my life. So hopefully next week will be better. I hope you're all having an amazing day, an amazing week. And I hope you have a great day or night wherever you are in the world. And I'll see you on my next vlog. Hopefully it's a more exciting one than this one. Bye.